Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with Technical Solutions here with a super quick stock market update. Want to make sure that you guys are aware of what the current NASDAQ market is testing. If we go to the 30-minute time frame, we can see that as of right now, we are testing the moving average on the 30-minute. If we go on that 1 hour time frame just to get a little bit of a closer look, we've been building this kind of like ascending uptrend pattern on NASDAQ. So us retracing back to this moving average. And again, I'm someone that actively shorts the market. I'm just here to remind all of our bears that we are approaching a potential support zone where it could find a support and go back to that same resistance that we've had all of last week at 320 a share. I don't know if it's just me, but I am so just annoyed of the market not doing anything. We have that same resistance right around 320. We have this ascending support with overall lows of around 313 a share. If we break below this, then again, I can add more to my short position and make money as we retrace back to the 313. If we continue to hold above this, there's just no reason to add to my short position, as right now we are showing more signs of a support than we are showing signs of a potential sell-off on NASDAQ, right? For those that are unaware, if this thing sells off, then SQQQ goes up, and that's what my main focus is, shorting the market on the way down. But again, it's all about making sure that conditions are favorable to you, right? I'm not just hoping for the market to sell off. I want to wait for that confirmation. And if we don't get that confirmation, then there's no reason for me to add more to a short position that isn't showing any more signs of progress. But with that being said, one of the things that I quickly want to talk about is I think it's worth sharing if you are not already aware. If you guys didn't see, Google stock is down today. Looking at it, Google's down 3.5%, which is a pretty significant move for Google. And this just happened over the weekend, where Google falls on report that Samsung could switch to Microsoft search engine. So as many of you guys know, if you guys are Android users, weird that you don't use an iPhone, but nonetheless, if you guys are Android users, your default search engine is Google. According to a report, Samsung is not appreciating what Google is doing on the AI side of things, and because of that, a result is that they might actually switch from their Samsung phones and their default search engine being Google, and now for it to be Bing. Also, made by Microsoft. The part that first off baffles me is I was completely unaware that Bing still existed. Second, one of the things that we talked about within our LPP live trading session today is that if they remove Google as their default search engine on an Android, I'm not a scientist, right? I'm not a rocket scientist, but isn't Android ran by Google? So isn't this just going to probably end up biting Samsung in the butt if they try to, give the middle finger to someone like Google, yet they still use that same Android space? I don't know. That was just my thing. I think it's like a very petty thing for Samsung to do, but nonetheless, it's one of the main reasons that Google is selling off today, causing it to lose 3.5% of its market cap, and I'm sure they're not happy by that, especially with a market cap at 1.35 trillion. A 3% loss is pretty significant for anyone, yet alone a $1 trillion company, right? And one of the last things that I wanted to talk about is we brought it up yesterday, making sure that you guys were all aware that Bank of America reported earnings, and just as expected, coming in better than expected at 1.5% green on the day, and it's still showing signs of higher highs and higher lows. So again, when asking the question, is there certainty in our banking system? It looks like this just is only providing more proof that larger banks have benefited from the downfall of regional banks such as Silicon Valley. Again, other than that, I don't want to take too much of your guys' time. When asking the question, where do we see the market going as of right now? I think it's very easy to say, right? Looking at this 30-minute time frame, we are pulling on back, but we're not showing much more signs of progress, right? We're not also showing signs of higher highs either. The market is right now consolidating. I talked about this with my Learn, Plan, Profit team. If you are a beginner trader, you want to learn when to be selective and when to choose to take a trade. If market direction is not clear, if conditions are not favorable, then learn when not to trade. Why waste the day trade, especially if you're under the PDT rule, right? You can see that even in a perfect world, right? We did the math this morning. Even in a perfect world, from overall lows right now to current highs, that's a 1.5% move. And that's if that's a perfect trade. That's nearly probably more realistically, if you average up into the position, probably a 1% move. Are you going to really try to take all of this risk, manage your position size for 1%? Again, market has been so choppy. We continue to consolidate within the same range of a resistance and same range of a support. We're not making higher highs and we're not making lower lows. So what can you do? Stay patient, right? If you stay patient today, again, when the big days happen, either if we break above or break below, you can choose to go long, you can choose to go short, but that is when the big money is made. Not trying to force or for you to hope for something to happen and then waste those day trades, and then when opportunity actually does end up presenting itself, that you have no more day trades left. I think that's going to be one of the worst feelings, especially if you're just getting started. You want to learn how to be selective, and I hope that our videos encourage you to not be afraid to sit on the sidelines when conditions are not favorable for you. So other than that, if you guys have any questions, feel free to message me via Discord, which is the first link in the description down below. And do not forget, again, our GTR giveaway for every new member that signs up for LPP 2.0. You will automatically earn 5,000 entries just by signing up. And again, if you want to learn more about this, again, not only do you get to watch me trade live every day, you get access to our A to Z video lesson library, our private group chat, and access to the TechBuds HQ. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access. And yes, for every new member that signs up, gets automatically entered 5,000 times to the GTR giveaway. If you want to learn more about this, it's the second link in the description down below. Also, don't forget to select your favorite items at shoptechbuds.com, and that's the fourth link in the description down below. I appreciate your time. Hope that we're in a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.